Hi, ladies, gentlemen. Today we are going to talk about thoughts. And one of the most helpful things to understand is this. Thoughts, they're not nearly as powerful as we, often believe that they are. In fact, they're not very different from the physical objects around us. A building, a truck, a store, a home. These are all simply forms of matter. And thoughts, they're also a form of matter. And the only difference is that the body, it cannot see them the same way it sees a wall or a building. But when we begin to understand what thoughts actually are, something remarkable happens. The mind relaxes. The body stops getting entangled with every thought that appears. And the body becomes far more capable of resting in the most powerful place that exists. And that's the present moment. So today, we're going to explore how understanding thoughts in this way allows the body to become more present, and how understanding, or misunderstanding rather, can keep the body tethered to just unnecessary struggle. Welcome, hello, and welcome to Inner Cosmetics. I'm El Benet. This is a space where we explore awareness, source, and what it means to awaken through the human experience. Because who you truly are was never limited to the body or the identity carried in this world. The human form is simply that vehicle through which awareness begins remembering itself. And together, we explore that remembering. Before we begin, if you ever feel the need to talk something through, I offer comfort calls. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is simply speak our thoughts out loud and hear ourselves clearly. Often the clarity we're looking for, it's already within us. It just needs the space to surface, right? So if you ever like to connect, you can reach me directly at eleonora.benet@gmail.com. All right, now let's explore today's conversation. One of the most helpful ways to understand thoughts is this. Thoughts are not as special as the body often believes that they are. They are simply another form of matter within this environment. You can think about the physical world around you. A building, a vehicle, a grocery store, a home. These are all forms of matter. Now, let's imagine the body walking into a building. The body, it doesn't walk directly into a wall. Instead, it naturally is going to move around the wall. It finds the door. It finds the hallway. It navigates the environment in a way that allows it to keep moving, to keep flowing. Because if the body runs directly into the solid matter, it's going to get hurt. So the body instinctively moves around physical objects. But when it comes to thoughts, it seems like something different happens. Instead of moving past them, the body begins bumping into them. It stops to analyze. It labels good thought, bad thought, positive thought, negative thought. And suddenly, we have the body becoming entangled with something that is simply another form of matter. Like, think about this. When the body walks into a house, it doesn't stop and stare at the couch. It doesn't debate, oh, this couch is good. This couch is bad. It doesn't try to replace the couch with a better couch. The couch exists. The table exists. The wall exists. They're simply part of the environment. Thoughts are no different. They are simply another form of matter appearing within this experience. So the body, it can't see them, thoughts, the same way it sees solid objects, but it can sense them, just like the ocean is matter. Water is matter. It's fluid. It moves. It takes a different form than a building or a wall, but it is still matter. Thoughts are simply a lighter, more fluid form of matter. And because the body can't see them, it often believes that they must be controlled. It believes it has to stop certain thoughts. It believes it has to replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts, affirmations, positive thinking, trying to manage every thought that appears, right? But when there is understanding, something begins to relax. Thoughts are simply things. And when we start giving them a hierarchy of positive thoughts and negative thoughts, you become entangled. There's this fear factor there, right? We visualize and we're thinking about, oh, if I can manage something positive, this will happen. And when it happens, you get excited, right? But then you start getting entangled in it, because when something, air quote, negatives comes into your thought, there's a fear factor. Oh my God, how do I eradicate that thought? So do you see how thoughts can keep the body tethered to this realm with this underlying unnecessary level of fear, which we're remembering, our body, not us, but our body is remembering to go beyond. So thoughts are simply things. They arise, they appear, they pass. Just like construction in the physical world that never stops, thoughts don't stop either. Right? A place that was rural 10 years ago, it might now be filled with buildings. Construction continues, creation continues. Thoughts are the same. They continue to appear, but the body does not need to interact with every single one of them. It can simply move past them, just like it moves past the wall, just like it navigates and moves past a chair, just like it walks through a doorway. When the body begins to understand this, something very natural happens. Stillness. And stillness is powerful because stillness is where awareness is recognized. Everything we see, people, experiences, relationships, challenges, all of these are forms of matter created from the same source. They exist as experiences, and ultimately, experiences are here to help awaken awareness back to itself. When people sometimes call problems or challenges, what they sometimes call problems or challenges, are often simply experiences designed to unlock awareness. And it's simply a gentle reminder of who you truly are. And this is why there is nothing more potent than the present moment. Nothing. Even visualization is produced from stillness. Visuals are something that are organically produced from stillness. So where is the power source then? In being present. The stillness, that which produces the visuals. As the body, relaxes into the present, it begins to trust something deeper. That the power people call God is not somewhere far away. It's within and without. It simply is. Always present. And in many spiritual traditions, there are reminders of this. In the Bible, there's a verse that reflects this understanding when it says that God already knows what you think, what the body thinks, or what the body acts before it does. Why? Because this presence is already here. It's closer than the body realizes, right? And there is another phrase many people know, just a closer walk with thee. What does that truly and really mean? It means allowing the body to move closer to awareness itself, closer to the presence, closer to source. And one of the simplest ways the body recognizes and reconnects with this is through something very simple, the breath. Many people believe they're simply breathing air, but if you consider the possibility that breath is way more than that, without the breath, this body, this vessel, this instrument that we use, it couldn't function. The breath is often described as the breath of life. And it's something we talk about in another episode called The Space Between. And in that episode, we explore the space between breaths, the quiet moment where presence becomes very clear. This breath is always here, is always supporting the body, always reminding the body of life itself. And interestingly, this idea, it appears in many places, specifically in movies. So, The Matrix, there is a moment where Morpheus says something very profound while Neo is learning. he asked him something, it's along the lines of, do you think my speed or strength comes from this body? And then he asks another question. What do you think you're breathing right now? Do you think that's just air? And for a long time, that moment made me pause, that question did, because something about it always felt significant. And as awareness expands, the meaning became more clear. The breath is life. The breath connects the body to presence, and presence reconnects the body to awareness. So when the body understands what thoughts truly are, simply another form of matter, it becomes easier for the body to stop wrestling with them. Instead, the body can relax, it can breathe, it can become still. And in that stillness, awareness becomes clear again. If this conversation resonated with you and you ever like a space to talk anything through, whatever is on your heart or mind, again, I offer comfort calls. Sometimes simply speaking things out loud allows clarity to arise naturally. So if you'd like to connect, again, you can reach me directly at eleanor.benet@gmail.com. So thank you for spending this time with me. And remember, you are the awareness behind the experience. I'll see you next time.